For more than 5 decades, Jackie Chan has been the face of fearless action, the man who laughed in the face of gravity, pain, and death. He climbed skyscrapers without harnesses, slid down glass buildings, jumped between helicopters, and fought 10 men at once, all for the perfect shot. But behind the laughs, the comedy, and the crowd cheers, there came a day when the world's bravest action star came seconds away from losing it all. It was supposed to be a simple stunt, a jump from a tree onto a castle wall. But one slip turned that jump into a nightmare that nearly ended his life. For the first time, Jackie's crew thought they were watching their hero die in front of them. This is the real story behind the stunt that almost silenced the world's greatest action legend. The day Jackie Chan looked death in the eye and lived to tell the tale. The rise of the fearless legend. Before the danger, there was discipline. Jackie Chan was born in Hong Kong in 1954, the son of poor parents who worked as cooks for the French embassy. At just 7 years old, he was sent to the Chinese Opera Research Institute, a brutal training school where children were shaped into martial artists, acrobats, and performers through years of physical punishment and endless repetition. Jackie trained from dawn to dusk, enduring pain that would break most adults. But it was here he learned not just strength, but rhythm, timing, and grace, the building blocks of his future fame. Unlike other martial artists, Jackie wanted to blend danger with comedy. He dreamed of being different, of making people smile while holding their breath. When Bruce Lee died in the early 1970s, Hong Kong cinema was desperate for a new hero. Jackie stepped forward, not as another tough fighter, but as a clownish daredevil who made pain look funny and failure look human. Movies like Drunken Master and Project A transformed him into a global sensation. Hollywood followed soon after, with Rush Hour and Shanghai Noon turning him into an international icon. He didn't just act in his movies. He designed, choreographed, and performed every single stunt himself. No body doubles, no green screens. Every jump, every fall, every punch was real. Fans adored him not just for his skill, but for his courage. Jackie Chan had become the man who made the impossible look effortless. A life built on pain and perfection. But behind that perfection was a lifetime of pain. Jackie Chan's dedication to authenticity had turned his body into a map of scars. He broke his nose 3 times, his ankles twice, fractured his skull, dislocated his pelvis, and suffered countless concussions. His entire film career became a test of how far he could push the limits of human endurance. He was proud of doing what others wouldn't dare. While other actors relied on stunt doubles or CGI, Jackie insisted on doing everything himself. He believed audiences could tell when a stunt was fake, and he refused to cheat them. "If the audience believes it's real," he once said, "then it's worth the pain." In Police Story, he shattered glass panels with his bare hands. In Project A, he fell from a clock tower, crashing through wooden awnings, a scene that nearly broke his neck. In Rumble in the Bronx, he jumped from a bridge onto a hovercraft, breaking his ankle, then finished the movie wearing a cast painted to look like a shoe. But no matter how many times he got hurt, Jackie always came back smiling. His crew often begged him to use stunt doubles, but he refused. He'd laugh and say, "If I die, at least it's on film." It was a joke, until one day, that joke came frighteningly close to reality. The fatal stunt, Armor of God. The year was 1986. Jackie was in Yugoslavia, filming his action-adventure movie, Armor of God. The scene was supposed to be simple. Jackie would leap from a tree branch onto a stone wall. He'd done more dangerous stunts before. This one seemed routine. The cameras rolled. Jackie climbed the tree, positioned himself, and prepared to jump. But as he pushed off the branch, disaster struck. The branch snapped under his weight. In an instant, Jackie fell headfirst onto a pile of rocks below. The sound of the impact was sickening. His body went limp. The crew froze in horror. Blood began streaming from his ear, a sign of severe internal injury. He wasn't moving. Within moments, his team rushed to his side, screaming his name, but he didn't respond. They thought he was gone. Jackie was rushed to a local hospital, where doctors discovered the extent of the damage. His skull had cracked open. A piece of bone had pierced into his brain. He was slipping in and out of consciousness. With time running out, surgeons performed an emergency operation, drilling a hole into his skull to relieve the pressure. The operation saved his life, but the injury left him with a permanent hole in his head, one he still covers with his hair to this day. Jackie later revealed that he could feel part of his skull move when he pressed it. When he woke up, groggy and weak, the first words out of his mouth weren't about pain or fear. He asked, "Did we get the shot?" The crew stared at him, half in shock, half in tears. Jackie's obsession with his work was both inspiring and terrifying. He was willing to die for it. That moment changed everything. For the first time in his life, Jackie realized he wasn't invincible. He had come within inches of losing it all. The aftermath? Facing his own mortality. After weeks of recovery, Jackie returned to set. His doctors begged him to rest, but he insisted on finishing the movie. The fall had shaken him, but it hadn't stopped him. "I can't quit now," he said. "I owe it to the people who believe in me." But something inside him had changed. He began to think more about mortality, about his parents, his friends, his fans. He had always joked that his tombstone would read, "No stuntman used." But now, the idea didn't sound so funny. In interviews years later, Jackie admitted that Armor of God made him realize how fragile life really was. He said his mother cried when she saw his scar and begged him to stop risking his life. But Jackie couldn't. He believed authenticity was the soul of his work. Still, he began taking precautions, planning stunts more carefully, relying slightly more on safety gear, though never fully giving up the danger. That fall left him with more than a scar. It left him with perspective. He began mentoring young stuntmen, teaching them not only how to fall, but how to survive. He wanted them to carry on his spirit, but to live long enough to tell their stories too. The legacy of a living legend. Despite the accident, Jackie Chan didn't slow down. Over the next 3 decades, he starred in dozens of blockbusters: Police Story 3, Who Am I?, Rush Hour, Shanghai Noon, The Karate Kid, The Foreigner, all while continuing to perform jaw-dropping stunts. Each film became a tribute to his courage and creativity. His body, however, carried the cost. Today, Jackie has broken almost every bone in his body at least once. He jokes that he's a walking X-ray chart. But behind the humor lies pride. Pride in knowing he earned every scar through dedication, passion, and love for his craft. He once said, "Every scar I have is my medal. It reminds me I gave everything to make people happy." Jackie's influence on cinema is immeasurable. He inspired generations of filmmakers, actors, and martial artists. From Hollywood to Hong Kong, he redefined what action could be. Not just violence, but storytelling through motion. He taught the world that courage isn't about being fearless. It's about facing fear head-on and doing it anyway. Even now, in his 70s, Jackie continues to work. Though slower, wiser, and more reflective. He spends more time producing, mentoring, and reminding the next generation that film is not about stunts. It's about heart. Today, Jackie Chan stands as one of the last true legends of cinema. Behind that familiar smile is a lifetime of pain, discipline, and near-death experiences that shaped the man we see today. He has fallen, bled, and nearly died, but always got back up. That fateful day on the Armor of God set wasn't the end of Jackie Chan. It was his rebirth. It taught him to value every breath, every fan, every sunrise, because he knows better than anyone how easily it can all disappear. Jackie Chan's story isn't about pain. It's about passion. It's about never backing down. And it's about proving that even when life knocks you down, real heroes always get back up. If Jackie Chan has ever inspired you, share your favorite stunt or movie in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories from the legends who risked everything for cinema.